Can I ruin
Sure.
something? Can I
Yeah,
just say
yeah.
one thing?
Ruin it. Ruin it.
If I get stabbed with a lightsaber, should I be able to heal?
Look, here's the fucking thing that I have not. I know this is meme that keeps going around where it's like all these people getting stabbed by lightsabers, and Qui-Gon Jinn is just like, what? And dies. It doesn't fucking make any sense. Like, here's the
Effect. Today's episode of JARdon the Mess is brought to you by Dynamic Fitness Supply, where one-stop shop for fitness needs. We've got treadmills.
And
we've got dumbbells.
And
we've got fair prices.
And
we've got many, many more things to come. Please, you can find us on 4th Street in San Rafael. That's 1414 4th Street, San Rafael, 95404. Shout out to us, JARdon the Mess, 20% off.
Boom.
Oh, man. I'm
20%? That's crazy.
Hold on.
You'd be a fool not to do it.
Hold on. Stop talking for a second. Okay. For some reason, my Audacity is picking up your guys' audio.
When you hear me talk right now, it sees wavelengths for them.
Yeah. What happened?
Where's your... How's that even possible?
I have no idea. Oh, that's why.
Because you have your headphone speakers going into it.
Yeah, my speaker selected as a microphone.
Should we restart?
All right, let's try this again.
Okay. So just
no, I mean you guys are good. I didn't really talk, so.
I just trashed it
anyway. So.
Oh,
let's do it again.
Hold on, let me just pick a new one.
Because that gives me a second to grab more coffee.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, dude, I totally dude, I've got so much shit on my mind. I totally blanked on the entry fee for your league.
Oh, you're good.
That's why it threw me off. I was like, when was this decided? Because I totally thought it was a free league, but no, it's so fun, totally.
And it wasn't a rush. Like I said, we had the whole season.
No, it's per fantasy. It's like, dude, I almost felt bad. I'm like, dude, I didn't get the money to him like for the first week. I feel like a douche. Well, because like that's like fantasy 101, you know, and just gotta pay. But when you said that fucking dude, that's so sick.
It's really nice.
That's so fun.
I'm pretty stoked on it.
I don't like, it's so cool. Like, I'm not gonna buy that for my league because I'm just gonna get like some fucking $10 trophy with some ravings on it.
Yeah,
a ring. But dude, that's fucking sick. I like the belt.
But I mean, with the 12 people, it was like came up to like $13 a person.
Yeah.
And like I said, plus the winner will still get like $174 or something.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's awesome, man.
Works out.
Stuff. I'm gonna hit record again.
Yep.
Yeah, let me then. Sorry, I am. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Effect. Today's episode of JARdon Mess is brought to you by Dynamic Fitness Supply. We've got treadmills.
And
we've got dumbbells.
And
we've got fair prices.
And
we've got lots more items on our website. Please, you can find us at 4th Street in San Rafael. That's Santa Rosa. That's 1414 4th Street, Suite 102 in Santa Rosa, 95404. Mention JARdon the Mess for 10 to 15% off. Thank you.
JARdon the Mess. Come get your discounts today.
Like, I switched it from like, 20%. That's a lot, depending on. Especially because we had a good day yesterday. Fuck, dude. Wait, can I just open up with like how people don't understand that I can buy shit wholesale, but you can't buy shit wholesale. I can buy shit wholesale because I did the licensing and paid the fees and paid the taxes. Why the fuck are you going to ask me for wholesale pricing, you dumb douche?
Yeah. So can you just like lose money so that I can have the thing that I want?
It's like, of course it was like we were dealing with some customers, you know, and they always ask, You gotta ask, but like, stop asking for these discounts when you haven't committed to anything yet. Like that was the thing. It's like commit, and but if you're just gonna be like, what's the cheapest, right? What's the cheapest?
Yeah,
dude. Like one lady just emailed, was like,
Amazon. Amazon's your
like,
cheapest.
No, like just I have to be polite about it. You just have to word it differently, but it's just like they don't understand the concept. Like Costco isn't a wholesale place, by the
way. Yeah.
Exactly. I think everybody thinks like, oh, I can go to Costco. It's I mean, no, it's not.
But even then, there's a giant difference between Costco and like a family-owned business. Costco has how many warehouses?
So
they can afford to sell mayonnaise for $5 with 2 big jugs.
I'm not sure if I talked about it, but I did mention that a church member hit me up for some stuff on like Marketplace, and they didn't realize they were talking to me. And I just have my pricing there, and I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, I'm not gonna call him out. I didn't even tell my mom, but I just basically told him, you're a fucking idiot. Not
because you could tell by their email, or like
no, because he's like, oh, I didn't realize I was talking to you. I'm like, okay, what's the difference?
Yeah. Why would that matter?
Yeah. So keep going. Like, and I will say he went to Walmart and took a picture of the thing that I'm selling at a cheaper price.
Yep.
And they say, oh, you should really lower your price. I mean, you're advertising Marketplace. I'm like, well, one, it's free advertising.
Yep.
Two, I straight up said this because he's like, he was trying to backtrack, and he's like, oh, well, he was trying to justify what he did. And he's like, oh, yeah, maybe you help me, I'll buy. I'm like, dude, you know what, dude? You're the kind of guy that does a lot of shopping and not buying. You went all the way over to Walmart to take a picture and not buy this product just to send it to me. Like, what does that
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's their name?
I'll tell you after.
Is the difference between what you were selling and then like this asking price negligible enough that like the amount of time and effort that he spent trying to driving to Walmart and like taking the picture, doing that stuff, was the cost difference?
Let me do the math right.
Does that make sense? Does that question make sense? Because there's people.
I'm gonna tell you right now. So let's just say the legwork to look for it on Marketplace, which could be X amount of minutes, or not be X amount of minutes.
Let's say it's like a couple hours, because it's like you gotta get in your car, you gotta drive there, you do maybe an hour tops.
Yeah. So
I don't know where this person lives, but presumably we're in a park, so
it's $11 difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
you went all the way over there. He didn't buy anything. He had the gall to mess me back. So all this for an $11 difference.
And so it's time, it's resources, right? And like, oh my gosh, sorry. It's just this bothers me.
You're fine, dude. You're fine. I don't. I always forget. Like I've always wanted to talk about it, but it's something I just kind of like forget to bring up.
Yeah.
We haven't recorded in a while, but dude, it was just. But I literally said, you're the kind of guy that has a lot of looking around and not buying. You're not the customer we want. Leave chat.
My product is not a right fit for you.
Like pretty much. I'm like, dude, we don't want. And I told him, we don't want you as a customer anyway, dude. Like, fuck you. So, I would have gave you a discount had you not done that shit anyway. Just because.
Right.
Now, what it did kind of bring to my attention, not that our prices aren't fair or anything like that, but I'm like, all right, maybe it's time to drop it just a little bit, just a tad. And might I add, we've sold stuff in between then until Labor Day weekend. That's when we actually like drop the pricing. And then even then, I don't have to. It's like they walk into my store and nobody knows what the pricing is, but either which way. So I dropped it a tad without even saying it to anybody. And I saved that ammunition at the point of sale.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I saved that ammo. Like, why the fuck am I gonna drop my pants beforehand? Okay, I'm gonna take my lowest price.
If somebody's like, I'm really in, let's do this, then you're like, you know what? Here's an extra 10% off, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Brand loyalty. Now they're like, oh, well, I'm gonna go to this.
Exactly. The thing, I bought all these fucking bands, and a lot of people may not know they're for it, but the fact that I'm like, here you go, just take a whole set.
Yeah.
didn't really cost me much. Nobody's buying them, so I might as well give them away. Really, thanks, man. Oh, I appreciate. Do you guys realize how much just like giving a pair of like bar clips or bar collars away?
Sure.
It makes that person feel so much more special.
It's added value. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because like, wow, I really don't have to go on Amazon and buy these now for like you can always buy them cheaper on Amazon,
sure,
or online. But it's like he's giving to me for free. This small local business. Oh my God.
The lady at the donut shop always gives us a free donut.
That's great. How many are you a loyal customer?
I mean, we don't go like super consistent. We go probably like 2 or 3 times a month, maybe.
Yeah, dude, that's enough, right?
That's enough. Yeah. As long as they recognize your face, that's enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I? Sorry, this hits a similar story, but I don't want to transition over until we're done mining this for bits.
Real quick, was the person older or younger?
Older. Moved out of the area, moved back.
I don't.
Be a hard one. You're gonna be like,
I don't know who's there anymore.
Makes sense. How about this? They used to live across, like part of their family used to live across the street from the graves.
Old house or new house?
Old house.
Wait. I don't remember who used to live across there.
I mean,
I don't know. You have to tell me later.
Yeah, I'll tell you after. I mean, I like this.
I'd say say it right now and we'll bleep it out, but we always forget to do that, so don't do it.
Yeah, I'll totally bleep it out. Bleep.
So buying local, right? So it's been a while since we recorded because life and traveling and all this stuff. I came up to NorCal. It was super fun seeing you guys. I want to talk about the Mary story in a second because it was like one of the most like unrealistic or not unrealistic, like unbelievable this story than that story. Kind of like, oh man, this is going to be my go-to spot from now on until like, dear Lord, what happened, right? But I'm getting ahead of ourselves. So we all hung out. It was Labor Day. We ran quickly over to Fundemonium to play some games. And I'm a person where I know I can at least, we've talked about mine local on the podcast multiple times, but for me, I'd rather spend a few extra bucks going to a place that is, I want to support local business, right? Or I want to support especially like nerd stuff, like game stores.
Yeah.
I'm always about it because it's like, that's just so, it was like, I remember back before it was even Outer Plains, Clark's, right? Like Clark's was just like that place where like, that place didn't exist. I think my life would have been completely different based off like the fact that we didn't have like a nerd place to go collect cards and stuff. So I purchased, a Kill Team box. They're not cheap. And I definitely could have gotten it cheaper online, but I bought it there, right? Super happy hanging out because it's like, with Fundemonium, it was like, hey, it's $5 to use the table, but that's $5 to credit to like whatever you want in the store. I was like, no problem, right? Like no problem, right? And like I easily could have bought like kind of what we did. I was like, could have bought some waters or some things or just bought some dice. But I was like, no, I'm gonna buy something substantial because it's like, hey, I want to support this. Enjoy it. I'm gonna try and build those today. I'm excited. Did I need it? No. Did I want it? Kind of. Was I happy to spend it and support it?
You did need it though.
I know I did need it. So cut to then after we hung out in RP, I went to like Sacramento area for this wedding, Sutter Creek.
Yeah.
Sutter Creek is like
cheap wine.
Yes. There's a lot of wine and a lot of cheap wine. It was also like a small, like I don't know how to describe how small this town is. It is the smallest town. Like you literally drive through it and it's done. Like
smaller than Katati.
Oh yeah, dude.
What?
Dude. No. It's like the downtown is or the main. It's like it's the town. It's Sutter Creek because it's literally where Sutter's Mill. It's where they discovered gold in California, right? So it is a touristy, it's a mining town, literally a mining town. My hotel,
I'm sure I've been there.
Yeah,
I'm confident. Yeah,
my hotel was not really like a hotel. It was literally like a house that was converted into a hotel, but it's like 100 years old. It's crazy. Anyways, you go up and down the street in a matter of like 10 minutes, right? The main street. And there's wine, so much wine tasting. You're spot on, right? It's like, here's this wine tasting, right? And then there's like antiques, souvenirs, right? And then restaurants, whatever. there was one game store, and it's like tucked away in here. And I was like, and I literally had a few minutes between all this wedding prep stuff that I had to do. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna run in there. Maybe I'll just buy some magic cards. If they got Warhammer, fuck it. I'll buy another little kit, because this is literally the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm doing, I might be this guy's only foot traffic today. I don't know, right? Like,
yeah.
I walk into the store. It's small. Like, it is like the size of like your living room.
Damn.
Kind of small, right? Maybe not. I think the full bottom of your floor, your first floor, is bigger than it, right? And there's like magic cards and Warhammer stuff and board games, and there's all these people sitting down playing Magic. They're about to play Magic, and I was like, oh, cool, sweet. Just taught you guys how to play. And I'm like going in there. I'm like gonna talk to him. I walk in. Not a single person. I don't know who the owner is. The owner's like not behind the counter. The owner's like presumably in the group playing with them, because it's that small, right? Not a single person greets me. I walk over to all the board games. I'm looking at all this stuff. And I was there with my other friend, the guy who's getting married. He's like, all right, well, I'm going to head back. This is it. Because he had been there before he showed it to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep looking. I say out loud, I'm going to keep looking around. I might get something, right? He's like, okay. He leaves. Nobody approaches me. Nobody talks to me. I walk to the counter and like looking in at the Magic packs. Nobody's like, hey, can I help you? I walk over to the Warhammer stuff, and there's like, and Warhammer stuff is not fucking cheap.
No.
It's like, hey, like, I don't need to go into it, but it's not cheap. And I'm like picking up like the big, huge boxes of stuff that's like a couple $100, right? Worth of like if I buy this is insane, right? Picking it up, looking at it, I'm spending a lot of time. Not a single person, and the entire time. And I was like, you know what? I really wanted to come in here, and I really wanted to support this store, because I can only imagine how niche it is to run a game store in the middle of like a tourist town that's like tucked away. But you need to just, all you needed to do was the bare minimum,
dude.
Hello.
Just a hello. Hey, how's it going? Welcome.
Acknowledgement.
Are you looking for anything in particular? Even if I said, hey, I'm just looking around, I would have known who to go to be like, hey, I would like to make a purchase, please. And I just
like, is all this free? Or
yeah. So, and I just walked out, and I'm sitting there being like, I saw the people in there, and there's a bunch of people playing Magic on a Saturday, so I assume that there's some sort of tournament or they're doing whatever. But the fact that, like, I don't know, like, let's say that hey, we're doing a Magic tournament, and it's the same thing as Fundemonium.
Yeah,
it's like $5 to play here on the table, right? Help me stay alive. Sure, great. There was like 10 people, or not even. There was like 8 people in there. So it's like, cool, that's $5, right, per person, right? So it's not like there's no money going to that place if he's charging to use the tables. But at the same point, I'm like, hey man, I represented a real like natural foot traffic and purchase for you, and nothing. And I was just like, yeah, whatever. And I just left. And it sucks, because it's in my head. I'm like, fuck, dude, like, how
you guys can't even do it on principle at that
point. Kind of. That's kind of how I felt.
Yeah, dude, that's lame.
And then it always comes down to the word of mouth, right? So like, now you're telling us yada yada, and then you go over there again, you're not gonna want to go to that place. You know, if you ever go down there again and they were different and you did buy something, you could have, be like, hey, I'm gonna buy something again.
Yeah.
Now you're like, no. But
like, I don't even want to think of like some lame excuse for them. It just seems like they just didn't care for your business, or
what's the thing? Like,
I'm gonna say this.
There is no
I'm
excuse,
too much
right?
of a fucking nerd
even
to get up, and I'm too intimidated by Bert because he's a big guy. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, that's the only plausible thing I can think of. Like, I don't want to help this guy. He's kind of interrupting my thing. Can he just leave already?
But at the same time,
the second you walked out, they start smoking meth. Like that's some bougie shit, though. Like, dude, you have to take care. Like, local business, like the foot traffic is few and far between.
Yeah.
Like, I will
potential money.
Some guy called in the other day, and he was calling for some used plates that we sold. You know, there was a fucking deal. I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did. He's like, hey, he's like, what time are you leaving? I'm like, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like, really depends on foot traffic. I might be cutting out a little early, you know. But if you said you're gonna come in, I'm inclined to stay. That's all I said. I'm like, because we mainly cater to personal training studios and gyms. So I'm really, it's almost like a body's just here to answer the phones, and just a lot of times an appointment is money. That's I can't believe that. That's stupid. Like I bought shit at Fundemonium when they first opened because I didn't think they were gonna last. Like I literally did not think they were gonna last. I'm like, what the fuck is Fundemonium? That's stupid. The name is stupid. And I went in there one time with my girlfriend at the time because she had kids, and we went in there. I'm like, it's not bad. I wish there was a place that had this shit when I was growing up. That'd be cool. But I think I bought like something just because like I want to support you guys. This is $2 too expensive, but whatever.
And it's cool because they literally have so much stuff for like everybody. Dude, they got Lego nights where you go in and build Legos. They have the slot car racing. You know, Thursday nights they have.
Like
when we were there was like a whole like daycare kind of feel center.
You spend $15 and like your kid can go play in these things for 30 minutes. Like I'm like, man, that's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Let me just get to the Mary's thing. I'm just over it.
Mary's.
Obviously we go have Mary's. We have a jolly old time. I have that really good turkey supreme Masando.
Dude, it looks so good. Can I give some context to this?
Like,
we're trying to eat a meal together, and we're like, do we just go to In-N-Out? Like what? And we're like, no, we want to like sit down and like catch up because there's a lot of stuff we want to talk about that was like, let's go to like a sit down place. But we were trying to figure out, and we're like, Mary's? We're like, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it's not my go-to when I think about like a place to sit down. So when you said it, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? We get there, it was whatever, it was early. So we sit in this kind of back area and we're looking at the menus, and like Randy goes for like a Sando, and I was like, oh, not what I would have expected from Mary's. Like, you know, it's like Mary's Pizza Shack. Like, you know, I went for like a meatball sub and it was delicious, right? And Randy gets this sandwich and it looks just absolutely amazing. And he's like eating it, and I'm like vicariously enjoying it through him because it's so good. Like I was like thinking, I was like, dude, like this needs to be like the thing to cut to this like text thread that Randy's about to go through. Like this, I don't know how to make, I have so many questions because I have no clue how to make sense of how we went to this experience. And it was like amazing to like, I don't want to spoil anything, but like, I think you've mentioned before on the podcast that like, you don't really for review. Well, I don't want to ruin it. Just go.
So I'm talking about this sandwich for like a day or two to Tanya. I'm like, man, this sandwich is really good. We're looking really good. So like, hey, you know what? Let's go. And I'm gonna also put into context, if you haven't seen us on YouTube or whatnot, I am a larger, muscular man. I intimidate people inadvertently. So I truthfully, when I go out to restaurants with Tanya, I'm discriminated against 100%. Like, so my service is a lot different. People may not want to help me because of this. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't smile all the time. I look pissed off majority of the time. I have a resting bitch face or a resting pissed off face. I understand that, but I'm with Tanya, so things should be different. But truthfully, they're really not. I actually get better service when I'm by myself because like, he's gonna eat me. Like, so we're there and we get seated by the same guy. The same guy. Says, I'm like, he's just sit wherever. I'm like, cool. And I point to him, I'm like, yeah, that guy want to sit us over there in the front. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's the worst spot. I'm like, yeah, I know. Whatever. So it's like lunch, like 12 o'clock. 1:30, and I'm 100% thinking the bartender's going to take our order. That's just kind of like how places work. Bartender's not going to make tips during the day, so they can make tips by serving the bar or serving food to everybody else take their orders. Okay, nothing. Like, all right. So the server comes over, this middle-aged white lady, and I have to put this in her context. Middle-aged white lady. She comes over, is like, oh, is you want anything to drink? I'm like, ask me a water. Tanya gets like some lemonade, some iced tea. She leaves for like 5 minutes. she comes back with the drinks, and I'm like already ready to order. Tanya's ready to order. It's not a big menu anymore.
Yeah.
So she's like, she puts it down. It's like, you want any straws? Tanya's like, and I hear Tanya's like, yeah. She puts down one straw, looks away, and I'm literally reaching. I was like about to mouth what I want to order, and she starts walking away. I put my hand out I'm like, I swear to God.
Yeah.
It's on camera. This is all on camera. Okay. And in my, I don't know if you read my thing, but I'm like, check the cameras twice. Check the cameras. The cameras will paint the story very well because there's no audio. You're going like, so fucking like 10 minutes go by. Like 10 minutes, dude. And
is it busy? Is it just crazy?
No, it's just not busy. You got fucking like 2 or 3 hostess. You got 2 waiters. You have the bartender. Like, what the fuck? So I finally get up. After I'm just gonna go. Tawny did mention this, or she's like, I don't know if she mentioned it before I got up or when I said it's like, do you just want to leave? And I'm like, no, like, yeah. So I get up and I go over to the lady. And I'm like, are you gonna take our order? Now I'm gonna be getting one. Yeah, my body is kind of going into this
hangry,
not like shock mode, but I'm starting to get shaky because I'm so hungry. But I'm keeping my cool. I'm like, and Tanya mentioned this to me. I didn't really think about it. It's like you try to make yourself smaller in a lot of these situations just to try to off-put some people's nervousness. My hands were in my lap the whole time. I was sitting like kind of like a church schoolboy or something the whole time because I don't want to intimidate anybody. I'm hungry. Good snap. So she comes over and I'm like, and I'm not gonna not say anything if you know me. Yeah. And I'm like, we were ready to order right there. Might I add, she only brought us one straw. I'm like, we were ready to order. Like, oh, I said, I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, why are you lying? You didn't say you were ready to order. You didn't do anything. You turned away and just walked away. And I'm like, I'm questioning, and her insincere, like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, she's like blaming it on the people because they didn't know how to order. I'm like, that's not an excuse. And I'm questioning her, and she can't handle me questioning her. And she's like, why are you being rude? I'm like, and I'm like, just make it to go. She's like, it doesn't have to be like this. I'm like, okay, well, I said make it to go. Now you're making it a bigger deal now because I questioned you and I'm asking you what the fuck. And I was so appalled by her reaction and her insincere apology. Oh, I'm sorry. What else do you want me to say? I'm sorry. I'm like, okay. And then I think like I said, I don't know when Tanya's like, should we just leave or not? I don't know. And I'm like, no, fuck this. And the bartender, I'm like, I want to talk to the manager. Like, I want to talk to the manager at this point. Like, I'm pissed. So she comes back over fuming.
The waitress or
the middle-aged white lady?
Yeah,
because she's the manager or supervisor. She just stands there.
She's the supervisor?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So then she stands there. And I'm like,
classic
so this
case,
is usually one of those things where on my side of the stick, like, oh, you're the manager? I didn't really mean it. Sorry. No.
Yeah. Now it's like, dude,
now it's like,
how did you? Yeah.
You didn't realize who you were fucking serving. Not saying I'm like anybody, but I'm not a fucking pushover. And so I asked the lady, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I'm just pointing it out. And I asked her, I'm like, what's going on? Sincerely, I said, what's going on? Like, I was concerned. Like, if you just woke up and you're like, she would just say, like, I'm really sorry, I'm having a bad day. Dude, we all have it. Yep. And she didn't say any of that. She flips out some more. Blah, blah, you're being rude. Or have you ever made mistakes? And I'm like, it's a loaded question. And I'm like, of course, I'm human. However, blah, blah, blah. And whatever I said, it sparked more interest. And my hands are in my hand. My hands were not raised the whole time because what have you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I have a mother. I have a daughter. I was going to ask you about your bias on my son's life. I'm like, that's just a load of shit. And I told her, I'm like, I didn't ask about your personal life. Like, I didn't ask about this. Why you're telling me this, I don't know. like verbatim. And you're being so, and then now people are looking, but she's yelling.
Yeah.
yelling at this point. You got 3 Hispanic dudes over here. You got these 2 little white people, and all like you got like, and I have to get racially descriptive at this point because I don't know at what point or what it was. I don't think she's racist, but I'm just acknowledging what's in the restaurant at the time. Me being a person of color, you know. Mm-hmm. So she's whatever, blah blah blah, and she oh my dad, I'm sorry. Prior to her coming back over, she came back over, kind of like whips her head around. So you want that to go? I'm like, oh, you bitch. And that was what sparked me. I want to talk to the manager. Yeah. So after all that, and this is where this struck a nerve, and this is where it can get dangerous for me. You're scaring me.
Yeah.
That's totally unacceptable.
Yeah.
Totally unacceptable to say. I didn't yell at all. I questioned her.
Yeah.
I maybe questioned her aggressively in not a yelling manner or something, but I wanted to question the actions. I want to know what was up her ass.
Yeah.
And when she said that, he's like, I'm shaking. You're scaring me. And she walked away. That was when I was like, okay, we need to leave.
Yep.
And so before I was leaving, I was like, I was here with a party on Monday. We had great service. I don't know what happened. That's it. So we go over to Acme Burger. I'm fuming, but I'm also hungry. But also, it's just concerning. It's just discerning. I told Tanya, like, I hate 80-60ing us from restaurants because of this.
Yeah.
Like, there's other Marys, but I hate it when if there's just bad service and I call them out on it.
Yep.
I can't go back now.
Someone as a manager should be the bigger person and try to fix the solution instead of putting more fuel on the fire.
So the biggest thing that I didn't understand is, and I know that there's this big, tall, white dude there. He's been there forever. He's got to be like the kitchen manager, I would assume. She has to be the floor manager or floor supervisor. I can't even say manager. She has to be a floor person.
Yeah, I think it's like,
or she wanted to jump in. I think she wanted to jump in front of whatever it was.
Whatever's going to come up there. Correct.
Yeah. So I don't know, but in the sales world, if I'm not getting along with the customer or I'm not feeling it, I turn the customer.
Yeah.
I turn it. That means in the sales world, instead of me trying to go all the way and potentially losing this deal, why don't I sacrifice my half of my deal, and I'm going to turn it to Dalton. Dalton, can you handle this guy? We're not getting along. Whatever words are said. She didn't do that. Like, I totally expected the big dude to come up, and I would have talked to him rationally.
Sure.
And I did talk to the lady rationally. She just flipped out, like, irrationally. So we leave, and I go home. I like that lengthy fucking dude. It's almost like 4 paragraphs. Dalton, if you read it, it's long. Like, it's long. So, and it's still there because it's Google. You can't just delete it like Yelp. 1 star. And I did put that the food is good because I enjoy the Sando. Next day. Fucking Thursday, whatever. I'm still like thinking about it because, I'm not smoking right now because I just quit. And I'm thinking about it. Jay hits me up that night, and he was at the bowling alley, and he was like, "Oh man, Shelly says hi." I'm like, "I'll just tell her I'll stop by, man." So I was on the motorcycle, and like, like, I'll just stop in, I'll just grab a beer. They got Michelob, I know they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I stop into the bowling alley, completely empty. It was amazing. Bar's empty. The only person that's in there is me. It was great. I can just be there with my thoughts. I can just drink this beer, and I can just mull over like life and choices that I'm making. It was very, very pleasant. So after about 10 minutes of me sitting there, because it was a big ass beer, I'm like, okay, it's Double Decker. Jim Decker sold it to this company called like Bolorama or something.
Oh, really?
So he sold it.
Did they finish it?
Yeah, I believe they did. They're still gonna redo the name. And I was talking to this guy, this Asian cat that was there, and when he was giving me some insights, that's another thing. So he's busy, and after we were talking, he's just a very pleasant guy, like a very happy-go-lucky bartender, positive outlook on life, and all this shit. I just look at the menu. I'm like, what's up with their menu? I mean, I'm not gonna order anything, but it's new, so I'm looking at it. somebody walks in.
No, get the fuck out.
Somebody walks in, and here's the thing. I'm looking at the menu, and like out of my peripherals, I'm like, bitch, it's gotta be her. And so like with like the rock stare, I'm like, I look at her. She hasn't seen me at this point. She scoots out the chair like she goes to sit down, shoves it back in, and storms the fuck out. The same lady, might I add, people. Same fucking lady.
When she sees you.
When she sees me.
Yeah.
She's still bitter.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't she be bitter? I mean, like she read the comment. It's terrible. It's truthfully, and I did say in the comment, like, I don't want anybody to get fired, but there's got to be something better for the job, or whatever have you. So when that happened, then I told the Asian guy, I'm like, hey, look, because you're not gonna see me for a while, and might I add you, I was prepared to have some old white guys come in and accost me. Sure. I was literally prepared.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was 100% prepared for that. I'm like, all right, well, if I'm gonna get in a fight, I'm gonna beat some old guys up. I'm gonna have to do it. Like that's just what I was 100% expecting that.
Yeah, she's just calling. Hey, this guy's here. Come.
He's here. Like I was expecting that, so I kind of sat there, not like nervously, but just kind of like just waiting. Like who knows?
Yeah,
I'm close by. I don't fucking know. So nothing. I finished my beer, and then all of a sudden there's this guy outside. Just looks at me. He's pointing at my bike, and I'm like, "Hey, that's a nice bike." I'm like, "Oh, you're obviously not with her, you know." So okay, so whatever. But I told the guy before I left, I'm like, "Look, because I'm not going to be here, and I'm not going to be able to defend myself against this lady. She's probably going to start talking shit the next time you come in. But I just want to let you know what happened." That's it. That's it. And he was like, whoa, why are people so mad? And blah, 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 all this stuff. You know, but that was like the end of it. To my knowledge, Mary's ownership hasn't reached out yet. They might not, because who knows, maybe she's married to one of the, like someone, I don't know. But generally, a very extremely negative comment like that garners a reaction from ownership. Like, I've left comments like that, and I've gotten a response like within a day. Like, you know, so who knows? Who knows? But that was my experience. Can't go back to that Mary's anymore, because at the end of the day, I could honestly, and here's the thing, Tanya said that she started breaking down crying. I didn't see it, but she's like, yeah, she was like crying after you left. Well, fuck her anyway. You know?
Oh, the lady was?
Yeah, the lady. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, it was her. She must have had some personal problems like going on to bring up her family like that. Like, it was wild to me. I've never encountered that in my life. And in the comment or the negative comment, I'm like, you know, I'm a local business owner. I just can't believe this. Like, Mary's is a local company, by the way. It's only in like, Sonoma and Marin. So, but there's other Marys, because I will go back for that fucking Sando.
Yeah, the Sando.
That Sando, like, I'll tell you right now, like, the only reason I'm coming back is this fucking sandwich at this point. I've had so much Marys in my life that I don't need it. But that sandwich was something else.
Yeah. Can I say this, which is like, it's interesting from the standpoint of, look, everybody deals with fight or flight differently, right? So the fact that the person's like, oh, yeah, I'm scared, you're scaring me, right? And like breaking down is presumably like, cool, hey, that's how your body's reacting to adrenaline. That's how you're dealing with like this, like, this confrontation, right? And like, that's the interesting thing, is like, in the grand scheme of things, we're talking about somebody just coming, like, I know you're not threatening this, like, you will not do physical harm to this person, right? You're not coming in there and being like, this is a robbery kind of thing, right? So there's a level of like confrontation that like, or conflict management, right? And I think that's really what we're talking about here. It's like, hey, if you're like a floor manager, as weird as it sounds, your job is to like make sure that like the process keeps moving, right? So like, there will be some times where there'll be a hiccup. Did that person expect to go to work and have to deal with that? Absolutely not. If somebody's in if they really are like the floor manager, actually my expectation is you're actually like equipped to handle those confrontations in a way where like it actually reaches resolution versus like whatever, right? So like, I sit there and I go,
de-escalate instead of actually escalating it.
Like I did realize that. Here's the other thing: I didn't engage with the hysteria.
Yeah, exactly.
That was, I think, another thing that took her back. Like, because usually people will start engaging and they're both parties are yelling. I didn't engage because it could go south for me very quickly.
Correct.
And yeah, and also I don't know why just someone else didn't step up and just intervene. I also put in the comment, like, why the bartender didn't take my order? Like, she was there running food. Like, I don't understand. She's there. Like, the bar was not busy. Like, it just wasn't. Like, it's either she was wanting to hoard the tips, but just the whole scenario. I think back to when I was at Walgreens, like it was so long ago. Most people just want to be heard. All those complaints that I would call back those customers, just all they want to do is be heard.
Yeah,
that's it. And literally they would tell me, like, man, thanks for listening. I just wanted somebody to hear it and sympathize with me. I'm like, yeah, of course, bro, of course. And I always told the team, like, look, I'll defend the team when I need to the customer as whatever regards, but also they need to be heard. I just want to be heard. That's it. Why the big tall guy didn't just step in? The guy's way big. He's tall. He's bigger than me, dude. Like, I just didn't understand it. Like, that is the de-escalating man right there. He could have literally came over and like, hey,
what's going on?
It's like Corey size, bro. Like, fuck. Like, it's a lot different. If that guy would have came up to me, it's not like, oh, I'm intimidated, but I'm like, oh, okay. There's just like this level, like what my old district manager said, like, hey, bro, you're an alpha in your own world. I'm the alpha in Walgreens here. I will out alpha you here. It's my show here. You can't, like, and I'm like, and when he told me that, and might I add, my DM is a fucking like 6'5", like big ass dude, like tight end looking motherfucker. It really just put a lot of other things in perspective. And I honestly, I don't think if I worked at Walgreens, I would, my reaction would have been different, truthfully. But having dealt with all those crazy people for those 7 months, I'm like, I realized, man, like, just, I don't want it to happen to me. I don't want it to happen to you. While you're doing this to me, I don't know why, but I'm just gonna keep my cool. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, fucking, there's the Mary's next to Howard Park. I mean, I can go get my Sando and take a walk.
There's one on downtown.
No, that one closed down. There's two in Santa Rosa still. I know the downtown one. I was telling Tommy, like, it's like a fucking, it's like small in the front, but it's like huge on the inside. But I guess that one shut down. But there's still the one across Howard Park. It was fucking massive. It's like fucking massive. And then there's some other one elsewhere. But hey,
good old Google.
I'll get that sandwich somewhere sometime.
Jimmy John's.
Yeah. Never had Jimmy John's.
Sam's.
Never had Ike's still.
You never had Ike's?
We almost got Ike's. See, that was the thing. We almost got Ike's, but then
do we have an Ike's?
There's an Ike's in Santa Rosa. But yeah, we ended up getting Acme Burger, and then so I haven't had Acme Burger like a year and a half, just because it's kind of expensive, but they're good. Dude, we go there and like what I'm realizing, some of these local places, they dumb down their menu. I think Acme probably went through like 3 phases of their menu. Like when I first went there, it was so big, and my pork belly Sando sucked. I gave him another chance. It was good, but the menu was still big. I go back a third time after like a year and a half. Menu small, it's simplified. Food comes out faster. Their fish and chips are so good. Oh my god, whatever batter or Cajun seasoning they're using on there, oh, so good.
Dude, we had Cape Cod the other day. That was pretty good.
I love Cape
Cod. Cod's pretty good. I will not get their fried oysters because they're too big.
Ugh, that's my can't do thing. Oysters.
Yeah, I remember I'm like, I'll try these oysters. I'm like, this is just too much. But Cape Cod's pretty good.
Yeah. I can't even do Jello.
Cape Cod, though, I will say, at least for me, my experience with there, if you almost the French fries, if you're getting it to go, the French fries are going to be soggy when you get home. You gotta like throw those back in the air fryer really quick to just get some crisp. But other than that, Cape Cod is good.
Yeah, which that statement is alarming to me. It's accurate, but it's alarming to me considering how close you live to it. The fact that distance, they're soggy by the time we get there. But it's true, right?
Yeah. Now I've seen there's some places that know how to combat.
Have you ever gotten their regular chicken strips there?
I don't know. I have not, but I've been on dude, I love Foster Freeze chicken strips so much. I'm on a chicken strip hype. I almost got a corn dog yesterday. Actually, before you sent that picture, Dalton, because they got corn dogs and Foster Freeze. But man, I'll try their chicken strips because I want to find a good spot because I mean, KFC isn't going to do it, and I'm prejudiced to Popeyes just because I'm loyal to KFC.
I've been wanting to make my own chicken nuggets.
Though. Popeyes is good. Their chicken strips are good. I will give it that after that whole muck up last year. She took my choice away.
We bought this like 18 pack of mac and cheese from Costco. So we've been eating a lot of mac and cheese.
Dude.
And corn dogs.
You know, KFC's got like their $20 fill-up box now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
$20 fill-up box.
Yeah, so they have their $5 fill-up box. Now it's just $20 fill-up box, which is
what's in a $20 fill-up? Just
I personally haven't got
one extra chicken.
Yeah. But that Domino's marinara cheesy dip sauce.
Oh, can I tell you about? Dude, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. That was the first time I've had it. That was amazing.
I'm actually very hungry right now.
That was amazing. I'm making breakfast after this. I got my game's at 2.
So I've been really disappointed with like the frozen pizza game, right? Because every time I get something, I'm always like, Then we talked about it, dressing it up a little bit. Like, how do you up the game? And for me, it's just like, you have to buy another bottle of like pizza sauce, and so that whatever you buy. Because my biggest complaint with frozen pizzas is there's just never enough sauce, right? Yeah. So you add more to it. But even then, there's a certain point where I'm like, I'm still eating this thing. So I've been out. I was just like, and I've also been trying to just eat better. So I haven't eaten pizza in forever. But I went to the store and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this. And it was like, you know how what's the make it your own pizza things you always see in the store where it's like, here's the crust, and then like
I know
what I'm talking about. It's like a green packaging.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
like,
oh my goodness. I know Trombolis or something.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
something like that, right?
Yeah.
I've done one of those before, and I was like, this is kind of stupid, and I hate this. So same concept, but it was like a higher end. So imagine grabbing like crust from, like, it was like it looked like really good crust, and some pizza sauce, threw some pepperonis on there, threw some chopped tomatoes, and I like put that thing in the oven, and mozzarella. And I was just like, dude, fuck, this is where it's at. It's way more expensive than just buying, the frozen pizza as is. But that allowed me to like realize, okay, cool. I'm only going to do this. I'm going to do this infrequently because of like the cost of all the different components that put in there. But by the end of it, I ate it and I was like, it was so good. Mm-hmm. That idea of like, okay, I need to like frozen pizza. I'm turning that page in my life. I don't need to do that anymore, but I still have a pizza craving. So, but I don't want to, because it's like, dude, we were talking about this, like pizza. There's a Pizza Hut literally down the street from me. I could walk there and back. Even though they go, hey, here's like this like $10.99 deal or whatever. Right. It's $20. Even if I go to pick it up and take it back, like it's like, well, here's your California fee. And I was like, what the fuck? Here's your service fee. I was like, what? And literally the deal. And I was like, so this is costing me $23 for your like whatever it was, like $10.99 deal. Yeah. And every single time, because I'm always like, man, Pizza Hut sounds so good. Let's do it. And I'm clicking all the way through. And then
they want a tip.
Yeah, and then they want a tip. And I'm sitting there being like, dude, I cannot tell you how many times I've put this fucker in my cart. I'm going all the way through. I'm like, yeah, extra sauce, less cheese, let's go. And it gets to the end, and I'm like, no, I guess not. And I just cancel the whole thing because it's so ridiculous to me. It's so ridiculous. So frozen pizzas, turning that chapter in my life. But if you get all the independent ingredients, like really good crust, pizza sauce, and just a few toppings and make your own.
What sauce did you use?
I used it was like, Kroger's like whatever marinara pizza sauce.
Perfect. Yeah, because like Oliver's actually has like their own little make it your own pizza section. It's not like crazy expensive, but like you can just see the quality of sauce like goes from like $3 to like $12. You're like, oh fuck. I mean,
yeah.
Can I just get some ragu?
Have you guys ever did like we took garlic bread one time and you cut it in half and then you put like this, you build a pizza on it It was
my
really
butthole
good.
was already puckering.
Oh, that sounds actually delightful.
That sounds amazing.
It was very good.
You know, I will say the one frozen pizza I do go for is, I think I've talked about, it's like Mike's Ultimate Pizza. It's like 2 pounds of frozen pizza. It's like a Red Baron on steroids with like softer crust. But because like Tanya and I shop at Rayleigh's and I use my Rayleigh's points, put in my phone number. Like the Rayleigh's coupons are like literally catered to how I order or buy food. Like, oh yeah, you need Sweet Baby Ray's? Here's 50 cents off. $2 off Ultimate Mike's. I remember one time Tanya was like at her mom's. I literally just took out that coupon, drove my ass all the way to Rayleigh's, went inside, grabbed this pizza for $11, presented my coupon, thank you, $2. And I'm talking like this is probably within like 4 months.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. And I just go home and eat that bitch.
How did you like the Nando's?
Dude, so that was like actually like the first time I would say actually tried it. Tanya's been kind of dabbling with it. It was, I don't know how to describe it. Like now I got the mild. The mild was delicious. Like for my
dude,
but it was
you should try the hot.
No, it was tangy, but it was like it was good. It had like it was good. Like it was just like just tangy. It wasn't very overwhelming because I think it was like orange or something with whatever the flavor was. The after effects weren't bad. Like sometimes you eat something like, oh my god, but like I had like the residual of like the flavor still in my mouth. It was good. It was a little hot for myself personally, but I still use some the next day. But for me, it's not something that I could just pour all over. I'll tell you that right now. I gotta like pull it off to the side and dip my shit in it. That's how I was, because we like little soft tacos or something. That was very good. I enjoyed the Nando's very much. It's kind of expensive. The grocery house just had it for like $5.
Yeah,
but it was good. It was good. Oh yeah, I'll use that again for sure. I mean, we
love it. So. Delicious. Now I'm really hungry.
I'm very hungry.
Yeah.
Haven't eaten since corn dogs and mac and cheese last night.
What did I? Oh yeah, I made like so sorry, we're talking about this is just gonna be a food episode, and that's fine. I went. You know how like there's sometimes you'll go to the store. I don't know. Sorry, let me back it up. I have 2 stories here, and I'm trying to my brain take a step back. I have a problem. I'm admitting that I have a problem where I'll go to the grocery store. I'll look over and I go, oh, there's the thing that I need. I'll look back at like my list or whatever, and I'll grab the wrong thing and put it in my cart. So like, you know, I personally don't like sweet tea. I need to get unsweetened iced tea. And I'll look and like, oh, look, orange. That's the unsweetened one. And then I'll grab the one right next to it and put it in my cart and sweet tea. And I'm like, fuck, and I just throw it away or give it away, right? So I know this is a problem that I have, that I'll look and I'll put the wrong thing in my cart. End of story. That's just it. That's just some context for this. So with that said, have you ever gone to the grocery store and you have like, for me, I have a list and I'm going in and I'm very much like, okay, I need to grab these things and this is it. And I try not to get caught up in the mentality of, ooh, yeah, sure, why not? Right? Like that, like kind of, I guess maybe let me try that out. You want to explore some stuff with your grocery shopping, but you don't want to like get back to your house and be like, oh, I bought all these like random things that actually don't work together.
Yeah.
Because I just saw it and I was like, sure, why not? And then whatever. So I was at the store and I like look over and I see this thing and I was like, it's been a while that I've just stared at a package for like 30 seconds trying to understand like what it is and being like, do I either really, really want this or this is really, really dumb. And I looked and it was potato toast. And I was like, what? And I'm just like staring. Potato toast. Not like potato bread. This is like potato toast.
Not a potato pancake.
And I'm just like looking at this thing, trying to understand what it is. Because they show you this like, you know, this thing, and there's like an egg on it, or like avocado, or like bread. So it's just kind of like I was like, what the hell? And it was like on sale. So it's just like, well, because I was like, I'll buy one. And then it was like, well, you get the second one for like half off. And I was like, well, I guess
that's the hard part. That's the hard decision.
No, just like the interject, because I'm sitting there being like, I should in that scenario, if it's trying something new, just buy one, because if it sucks, then I just bought two, and I don't like potato toast.
It'll go with your sweet and iced tea that you got.
Correct, exactly. So I'm like looking at it, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, I need to go get the package just so you can understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I can't imagine what you're.
That's why I was so intrigued. I was like, what the fuck is potato toast? This doesn't make any sense. And then I tried it.
Is it delicious?
I
feel like it's delicious.
It sounds pretty good. Potato toast. Oh God, I'm hungry.
I'm so hungry.
God,
starving. But I'm also too lazy to cook anything.
Dude, I'm gonna mention these dishes that Tanya, or we found. I think Tanya bought them for Rayleigh's or something like that, and then
they like pre-made stuff.
They're pre-made. It's really good. It's really good.
All right, this is what got me. Potato toast, sweet potato toast. I'm like, oh, cool. So it's just like potato toast thing that I could put like eggs on or avocado or hell, there's like fruit and shit. And I was like, what is this? I don't know what it is. And I'm like looking at the back and I'm like, I still don't know what this is. I have to buy this. It's basically just like a French fry. It's a really flat French fry. It's a really long, flat French fry. Like I pull this thing out and it's just like, I'll go get one. I should grab the bag.
So like a potato wedge?
It's like a
potato wedge. Yeah, it's a sweet potato hash brown. That's what it is.
Would you say it's a tater tot or a hash brown?
I would say it's actually neither of those,
the same thing.
I would prefer both of those over this. And so I was like, I pulled it. I was like, all right, cool. Because in my head, I bought eggs with this because I was like, oh, dude, I'll do like this like potato toast and eggs in the mornings. It'll be great. I pull the thing out and I go, And I bought really bougie French fries.
Is it hard to? Is it just long to make?
No, I mean, you just put it in the air fryer.
Time as a French fries.
It takes longer.
Yeah,
they look like they'd be thicker.
I mean, yeah. So
was it good?
No, it's just a big sweet potato French fry, flat. Like I was
that
just
cost
like,
$5 more than.
Yeah, I was like, I should have just bought a big old bag of French fries, and then
so
that's what I'm using them for.
It's like buy one get one half.
I know, and then like, and I'm looking at the packaging. I'm like, I don't know what this is. They got me with the name, and in the end, yeah.
Do you ever fry anything, or you just use an air fryer?
I just use a toaster. I mean, I just use my oven. But having gone home, I've heard Randy talk about an air fryer like all the time. So I was like,
oh, dude, you should invest in an air fryer.
Well, then I went home and my parents were like, when my parents make fun of me for not having something, I'm like, okay, then I need to look in. They're like, you don't have an air fryer? Hold on. And they're like, we did it. And I was like, all right. So it's on I'm going to literally buy one today.
My thing is I don't have like an Instapot. Like I think a lot of people
they have the 2-in-1. Yeah,
I have a toaster air fryer, and we all know my idiocracy with it. I didn't actually press the air fry button for 6 months. After you press that button, dude, life changes. Like it's just so you can hear the fan. It's literally just circulating air. That's all. But it's good. I will say that the cleaning up is a bitch. Like that's the one thing about them. The mess that it makes. So I've learned to just cook French fries in there, garlic bread, just like the small stuff. I won't cook like meat or anything anymore just because I just don't want to clean it up. It gets dirty quick. But to clarify, I have a toaster air fryer, not a Instapot. Instapot, I think Instapot is just a mini pressure cooker.
Yeah.
That just
they have an Instapot, but then there's like an actual just an air fryer that has like baskets.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I would say definitely whenever we move and have more counter space, I'll get like an Instapot or maybe something. I don't know, but it is handy as fuck.
Instapots are cool because you can cook frozen chicken super fast.
Yeah, that's
they have a lot of good recipes for that shit.
Yeah. Dude, when I walked into Oliver's yesterday, I kind of feel bad, but almost not. They were doing a fucking food drive in front of Oliver's, and this girl, and they were like raking in the food. In my head, I'm like, this is fucking Oliver's Market. It's like expensive, like the cheapest. I even like I was blown away. This girl's like, oh, and you don't forget about the food drive. I gave her like the nastiest look, not really realizing like, don't ask me for food drive. And then I realized this is Oliver's Market. Are you kidding me? This is insane. Why people are buying bags of groceries for this food drive? Are you nuts? Like the cheapest can of food here is like $1.50.
Yeah.
Like I can go over to Food Max and go get like a can of beans for like 50 cents. This is insane. Yeah, but I just want to throw that out there. Like food drive in front of Oliver's apparently works.
Really that's crazy to me.
And also, like, who knows? I thought about it. Like, what am I going to buy them food? And then all of a sudden, they're really like, I'm just going to take this home because it's just better than what I can get elsewhere. The racket continues.
Organic potato toast.
That's what I bought. That's what I bought.
That's what I bought.
Potato toast. Oh.
Yeah, dude. So I talked to a couple of guys this guy at my gym for the RPPD, and he was talking about. I asked him about the ride-alongs, and he's like, "Yeah, because agencies are different. So Santa Rosa, you need to pass appellate B before they'll let you do ride-alongs." And he was like, "No, you don't have to do that with Corner Park. You just go and fill out the paperwork. They do a background check and whatnot." So I'm going to fill out the paperwork next week on Wednesday, on my next day off, and then
So they must have changed that because I used to do ride-alongs with Jerry all the time, like every weekend.
Did Jerry work in Santa Rosa? We're talking about the ride-alongs, Bert. Did Jerry work in Santa Rosa or Corner Park?
No, he was Santa Rosa PD.
Yes,
and I didn't have to. Yeah. Most of the time, there was a couple times I had to fill something out, but most of the time I would just park and he'd swoop me up real quick and we go.
The guy at my gym, nice guy. He told me, it was funny. He's like, yeah, I just took this young kid the other day, and he didn't mention something. He's interested in force, but he's still and a little young to me. This guy looks like he's 22 or 23. So, which means that even if he wanted to, they're not going to hire him based on his age.
Yeah.
But also, I guess he must have asked. He must be mentioning things about me or something to. Like, dude, the police chief goes there, or like they all go there
to the gym.
Yeah, to my gym. Yeah. So they all go there, so they got to be like, this guy's interested. But I guess he got a little slap on the wrist, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you got to fill out the paperwork." Or he's like, "Hey, they used to not care, but we got to fill out the paperwork." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't really give a shit. It's like, I'll fill it out." But he's like, "Yeah, we just got to make sure." Basically, they got to cover their arse. In case some guy decides to go fucking crazy in the car with them. Because he's like, it was weird. He's like, yeah, they got to do a background check. He looked at me kind of like to make sure you're not gonna crazy or kill anybody. Like, it's like, totally fine. I mean, you're in the front seat with guns. Like,
exactly. Well, it's such a huge liability that then you
huge liability. So I think he got a little slap on the wrist. So no big deal. Speaking back to food,
yes,
Tanya, like I said, Dalton before, I don't know where she got these, but she got these like pre-made pasta Bertolli bags. Okay, pre-made pasta, penne pasta, or ribbon pasta. Dude, you can have a full-blown meal in 12 minutes. Huh. I'm talking like, if you time it right, 15 at the max. Yeah, you just literally take the pasta. It's frozen. Everything's frozen. You don't have to add anything. You just put it in the skillet. You just heat it up for 12 minutes on like medium-high heat. You just stir it.
That's dope.
Stir it. And you throw some garlic bread in the air fryer. The toaster air fryer, that's done in 6 minutes. And now I've got a pasta chicken dish with some of that all within like 12 minutes time, 15 minutes time. Amazing. And it's super good. Grocery outlet. Now the bags aren't cheap. The bags kind of like on like normal price, like $11. It's like for like you, Bert, you and me, Dalton. It's probably like just one bag is like enough for like the meal.
Oh,
but if you're splitting it, it's different. But so like I love Grocery Outlet. Love Grocery Outlet. So we go to Grocery Outlet. Oh, half off. Okay. bought like 6 of them. Like I've been eating pasta like crazy. Dude, like, and I was talking to ladies like, yeah, sometimes we just get off work. You don't want to like make food. It's so easy. It's just like plop it in, do. You don't even eat garlic bread. You just eat it. That is like a little game changer, I would say. Oh, so good.
We buy some of that stuff from like Costco. Like there's this stew that we bought that I'm gonna do tonight. Yeah. You pretty much just heat up.
They've got some really good pre-made meals at Costco.
Yeah,
like they're just.
I love Costco so much.
It's like now we've talked about it. Like this family size most of the time, so like that's a lot of food, and I'm the only one who eats the leftovers in the house. So, like, oh, she always gets to eat something different. I get to just keep eating this. While we're on any topics that aren't revolved around food.
What else is there to talk about, to be honest?
Not much. Oh, Starfield?
Let's talk about so you're not into it? You're not feeling it?
It's dude, so here's the thing. It's beautiful game. There's a lot going on. Tanya was
so like, wait, okay, sorry, keep going.
Like, have you ever played like Fallout? And I was like, I downloaded Fallout and then I played for 5 minutes and I stopped playing.
You ever played Skyrim?
The idea and everything's cool. Now here's where I just lost interest. Bro, I shouldn't have to spend 2 fucking full clips of 7s to almost kill a guy. 2 full clips with a rifle. And it was like, dude, this is so hard just to kill one guy. This is insane. And it's just like the fact that the stuff's not cheap. So the fact that took so long really just left a sour taste in my mouth. I mean, people are different. Like Tanya bought the game. She actually paid for the game. She's like, I'm having a hard time just even working myself up to play because she had the same experience. And then she did some research and was like, oh, well, there's an easier mode. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like, why is normal like legendary and easy is like normal? Like, I don't understand that. But I'm also saying this as I didn't pay for it, so my interest isn't 100% garnered to it, which is fine. But Tanya being more of the computer gamer because she's playing on the computer or just playing computer but using an Xbox remote.
Yeah.
It's easier with the remote.
Yeah, but still a beautiful game, and I wanted to progress some more, but it was just like that just left a sour taste in my mouth. Not saying it's a bad game. Not saying it's a bad game.
The weapons, I'm a little disappointed because I'm having a hard time finding something that I actually like using consistently because I feel like there's no middle ground. It's like most assault rifles have shitty damage, and like you said, you're unloading 2 clips trying to kill one dude.
Oh yeah, you know what I had to do? I had to go back to like the fucking mining chiseling thing, and that actually would melt people way faster.
Yeah,
it's like, but I shouldn't have to use a Spartan laser every time.
Like most of the good guns, I feel like are shotguns.
Dude. So this one guy was like,
can't always use a shotgun.
Oh, what his shotgun usage is like maxed out, and he's just. I watched this little video. This guy's just like, oh, I'm on board this ship. Bam! Oh, they're not bad. Like half health gone. I'm like. It is a shotgun, and this is reminding me of Halo, where like like Halo 1 or 2, shotgun's godlike, like scattered ammo. Was like, dude. But I mean, not saying that. Like, here's the thing: I'm not ripping on the game. The gameplay for me,
I
just couldn't grasp it, and I'm not gonna lie, I just keep playing PUBG. That's all I play. But I mean, Dalton, you're like, have you beat the game?
No, I mean, I haven't.
Right? It was free, right?
No, I pay for Game Pass, so anything that goes on free.
No, I mean, but yeah, we have Game Pass, but we didn't pay like the extra $30 or.
No, fuck that shit.
Okay, cool. All
right. I'm cheap. I don't pay for that shit.
I'll download a patch.
I've been really enjoying like building your own ships.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can like steal a ship and then just delete everything off of it and just like start from scratch.
The piracy thing is cool.
What's that?
The piracy thing is cool.
Yeah. I don't know, there's a lot to do. It's fun. It's, to me, I've never played Fallout, but I played Skyrim. Obviously it's made by Bethesda. So to me, it's a lot like Skyrim, but just futuristic, spacey. Yeah.
I saw a lot of comments of No Man's Sky guys just ripping the game.
Dude, I felt the urge to get back to the No Man's Sky just because same principle, but the thing with No Man's Sky is it's a lot more fun.
But you can destroy
seamlessly going through planets,
Sky, right?
You can what?
Can you destroy a planet in No Man's Sky?
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, maybe some mods or something.
I just saw like because people were complaining, it's like all these planets are like empty. There's nothing.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing about Starfield. I feel a lot of the planets you land on are just there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like there's very little fauna. They have all like these same random outposts that have nothing but robots that are like, if you go inside, I'm gonna kill you. And same thing with No Man's Sky. I mean, there's not a lot in it, but I feel like No Man's Sky feels more populated. Okay. But the thing that No Man's Sky beats Starfield is it's the planets are seamless. So whenever you take off, you can actually fly around the planet and land wherever you want. And then you actually go out of the not atmosphere, because not every planet has atmosphere, but you actually fly into space seamlessly in and out of planets.
Yeah, I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
Okay.
And same thing, you can build your outposts and a ton of different stuff, you know.
Can you build ships in No Man's Sky?
You can't build them yourself, but there's a ton of ships you can buy, sell, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bert, any thoughts? Do you have any friends playing it?
I think I do. Here's my thing.
He does. He has me.
I have you. Yeah. That's true. That was what I was gonna joke about. Is Randy? You were like, you need to get this game, and you're like, I'm over it. I was like, that sounds like a Dalton move to me. What if I had just gotten it?
It's Game Pass.
I think you have Game Pass and it's free. It's worth a try.
Yeah.
My thing with any Bethesda game is I actually really like them, and I really get into it. Like I really got into Fallout. I really got into Oblivion. I didn't play that much of Skyrim. So I know that if I started it and played it, I'd probably really like it. My issue is I don't play Bethesda games until it's like a year after their release because they're normally really, really buggy.
Super buggy, yeah.
And so I wait until after they've fixed all that, and then I go, wow, this is a really good, solid, polished game. Because they inevitably are just like super bug because they're so big. It makes sense.
I haven't had any issues though with like major bugs. I mean, there's some random stuff where things will like randomly spin around. There was one time I loaded into a place and then I started walking and all of a sudden I stopped and I didn't have a head.
Yeah. That's minor compared to some of that
normal
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but the shipbuilding is fun because I built this ship to where whenever like you go into the loading bay, you go up and then you can totally like add stuff where you want. So on my ship, you go in and it's the what do you call it? It's just like the battle area, right? So it's like battle control or whatever. So you got all your controls, and then you go up to the helm, and then you go down to an armory, infirmary, and shit. And then you can add people onto your crew. They don't really do anything but just sit around and look like they're doing stuff. But any traits that they have adds to you.
Oh, whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, so if they're like really good at piloting, then you'll get their piloting trait. So
that's cool.
It's I got to check to see if Mark Andrews is playing today after that.
I think he is.
You know, the thing about last week, even though I accidentally left him on the bench, I'm sorry, took to fantasy, I was going to lose no matter what. There was nothing that my team could have done. So it was like, all right, it made the sting less stinging, less stingful. Oh, yeah, he's playing. You fucking bastard.
But yeah, Bert, it's fun. Worth a shot.
It's free.
Yeah. I'm just playing the 2 games I'm playing right now is on my Switch. I'm going through Fractured Butthole.
Fractured Butthole.
So good. God, the game is so good. And then on my PC, I'm just playing more Battle Brothers, man. I have like it's just a really, to me, once you find a game that you really like, so this is when Randy says, yep, I just went back to PUBG. I get it. Because sometimes you just find the thing you enjoy the most, and that's okay.
Is battle whatever the ones where like you can hire people and
so it's like it's like a turn-based squad game, and you run like a mercenary company, and so it's a lot of fun. I'm at the level where, like, as the game ramps, certain like big what are they called, like crisis events happen, and it's all randomized. So it'll be like, okay, you'll be playing and it'll be normal, all of a sudden they're like, orc invasion. There's like a huge orc invasion on the entire map, right? Or it'd be like, oh cool, the one that just triggered right now is all of the northern cities are crusading against all the southern cities, and it just turns it into just this like chaotic like I'm just trying to do all. There's basically new missions you can grab. It's fun, it's cool, but then like I don't know, I get into it where like there's like an RPG element, so there's a lot of like choose your own adventure stuff, and it's like when people die because it's permadeath, you're like, oh shit, that guy was, and they'll show you like, hey, he was with your team for like 140 days and he had killed like 60 people, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, you're dead now. That's hire next guy, click, and it's just fun. It's just cool. Yeah,
everyone's expendable.
I really enjoy it.
Just a quick update. I had to update my fantasy names to Die Hard Fantasy, A Good Day to Fantasy Hard, Die Hard 2, Fantasy Harder.
Fantasy with a Vengeance.
No, I got rid of Fantasy with a Vengeance because honestly, the third movie is okay.
What? I like the third movie, but then the second movie.
Yeah, I would say
Live Free, Fantasy Hard.
Yes, that's what it was. Live Free, Fantasy Hard. Yeah. I think
A Good Day to Forget This Movie.
What a waste of a good title. Like, just such a good day to Die Hard. I think that's such a good Die Hard name, but just the movie was so trash.
Was that the fourth one or the fifth one?
That was the fifth one.
Yeah, the fifth one was utter garbage.
Yeah, so terrible. Can I talk about these hour and a half, these 90-minute movies that Hulu keeps pumping out with Alec Baldwin? I just can't get enough of right now. Like, they're so dumb. Like, Hulu is pumping out movies like Netflix was, but the thing is with these Hulu's movies, the storyline isn't terrible. The acting and the production is terrible. And Alec Baldwin needs paychecks. So they decided, like, I watched 97 minutes on Hulu. This plane jacking movie is so dumb. So dumb. So dumb. Like, if I could send it to you guys, I would.
No, thanks.
I watched Supercell with this tornado movie with Alec Baldwin, 90 minutes. Oh my god. Good storyline. Terrible. Like,
that's amazing.
You can tell these people are putting in their effort to act. It's just like it's just misplaced.
Yeah.
So terrible. I watched Simulant. That didn't have Alec Baldwin, but it was another shitty Hulu movie, I think. Has like Simu Liu, Sam Worthington, Jordana Brewster. I'm like, boy, you got these big names, and like, why Sam Worthington needs his paycheck is beyond me.
Yeah.
But just terrible. And it was basically like, for me, it was like a mix of Bruce Willis surrogates and some other garbage. It was so bad.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish it. It was so terrible. Give these movies a try.
Not sound fun.
Just give them a try. Just do it. There's nothing for me to watch right now. So, well, actually, I started watching Heels again. So that was, thank God, there's something that's interesting to me.
So watching what?
Heels is like the wrestling show on Stars.
Oh,
yeah, I enjoy.
Do you have HBO?
Yes, sir.
Have you watched Rome?
No, I have not. You're saying I should check Rome out?
It's 2 seasons.
Wait. No, wait, never mind. What's it about?
Rome.
But what more it is about? Is it about the downfall of Rome?
2 storylines. Storyline 1 is from the perspective of 2 soldiers going through life as they're dealing with the bigger picture stuff, which is the rise of Julius Caesar and the Civil War around that. Is it in a different language? No.
Okay, because there was a show on Netflix, I think, that was very similar, and it was good. It was a different language.
Oh,
About
Barbarian.
I
Barbarian,
like
That
that.
one was good. They
I
have a
like
second
that.
one.
Yeah, I
Do
watched
they?
season 2. Yeah,
Was it good?
Is it good?
Was it decent and left?
no, it was good. It's just the issue is,
Netflix.
well, no, the season 1 came out what felt like such a long time ago.
Yeah, like 2019.
That I was like, wait, what? Where? So they were like bringing up characters, and I had to like pause and be like, who the fuck was this person again?
Yeah.
And then, but I liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay, but back to Rome.
Rome. It is like HBO's. Think of it as what HBO did that allowed them to be like, you know what? Yeah, we could do Game of Thrones.
Okay.
It's like politics. It's like war.
There has to be a lot of politics.
So, dude, I can't describe. And it's history, so I love it. And it's ancient Rome, so I love it. Just watch the first episode. Okay. You're gonna sit there and they're gonna give all these names. You're like, who are these people and whatever. And it's gonna, trust me when I say that, like it builds. It just builds and builds and builds and builds. Because you're gonna, at first you're like, yeah, I don't know. At first you're, to me, I was like, I'm in. Or you could sit there and be like, I don't know, just give it a couple.
Okay.
But you'll just watch it and you'll just see as like all this stuff just keeps happening. And again, it's from the two perspectives. So you see how you have all this, the big politics, the big player stuff happening, which is to me fascinating. And then below it, it's like, cool, here's just like two everyday guys experiencing their stuff, and they're all interconnected.
I enjoy good politics.
Yeah. Oh, you'll love it.
I enjoy good, like that's why like some people didn't like Oppenheimer. I'm like, why? You didn't like the politics in the movie? Like,
no, it's the best. Yeah,
that was the best part.
Yeah.
I finished watching Mr. In Between. It was like this FX show that was on Hulu. It was an Australian FX. Very good. I could relate to a lot of that stuff. Oh my god, what's another show? I just completely forgot about it.
Ahsoka.
I forgot about it. Oh yeah. Did you watch any yet? Dalton, did you watch any yet?
Okay, so
how are you not the person? This is like your favorite character in Star Wars.
I know. I started watching the first episode twice. The first time it was hard just to get through it.
Yeah.
Really?
I told you the first 3 episodes
it was hard.
They suck.
Why? Can you elaborate?
Elaborate.
It just was flat. Like there's nothing to draw me in. It was so much and nothing at the same time. I felt like
so even with you having like intimate knowledge about this character, though. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say. I started Rebels and then I got bored of it, and I watched all the key episodes of it.
To do, really.
When she
watched every episode of Clone Wars because Clone Wars is absolutely amazing.
But even then, I could forget what I watched yesterday.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. The second time I watched it, I was just really tired and fell asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's not engaging. There's no like.
So that's when I said that if the first one I started watching it, if everything is a reference to Rebels, that's bullshit. But so the dark side, the dark stuff is a lot more reference to Clone Wars, and I finished Clone Wars. I thought it was great. Really, because they bring like the Dragomir witches, that aspect. I was like, oh, she's a witch, cool. Fuck yeah, they can train Siths. They use Mauls to breed. Like all this is cool. I understand the lore, the backstory. I understand all that shit. Cool. And then you go back to the good guy stuff. Like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, what the fuck is this? That's really like what like. Well, and now I'm gonna say this. I'm not trying to. Tanya's probably gonna fucking like you're sexist. It's too woman power initially in the beginning with nobody really doing anything. Like Ahsoka's character is so. Ahsoka gets better at episode like 5 or episode 4 and 5, but there's so much around like these 3 characters. I'm like, there's just nothing building on it. Like, I don't know any of this shit. Like, you're talking about this girl Sabine who's supposed to be a Mandalorian who can not wield the Force, but she can learn to wield the Force. Okay. I asked, like, Bert, can anybody use the Force in Star Wars, or can anybody learn the Force?
No.
Okay, you're not gonna like Ahsoka.
I think the Force is in everything, right? But there's a certain level of like, well, let me just base it off. So there's Force attunity. So someone could grow on the Force. We've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker. I just equated
or
to
Han Solo's a good example.
Han Solo's a great example.
He's
Force. He's clearly the Force revolves around him because he is able to do things that like.
He's a great pilot.
Yeah. So it's like there's like a subconscious level of like Force attunity as opposed to like him versus just like generic TIE fighter pilot guy, right?
Yeah.
But so I guess by that very nature, yes, I guess you could train him with like it'd be like extensive training, right? I guess. I just know that there's like it's like there's so many generic people, like stormtrooper guy. Like, yes, he technically has the Force because the Force surrounds him because he's a living person. But I don't imagine like, hey, you generic stormtrooper guy, I'm gonna train you to be a Jedi.
So if anybody that should be more in tune with the Force would be Mando.
Yeah. I think Mando is like. So again, I view it as the old Star Wars card game. Can I ruin
something? Can
I
say one thing?
Ruin it.
If I get stabbed with a lightsaber, should I be able to heal?
Look, here's the fucking thing that I have not. I know this is meme that keeps going around where it's like all these people getting stabbed by lightsabers, and Qui-Gon Jinn is just like, what? And dies. It doesn't fucking make any sense. Like, here's the thing. It's a high beam of energy.
It cauterizes.
It cauterizes the wound. So that's why Luke Skywalker can lose a hand and he is not bleeding out because it's cauterizing the wound, right? But like appendage, vital organs. So like if it goes in, it's literally incinerating whatever those vital organs are. Like you don't heal that back. So like that's the part where it's like no people like that was the thing that bothered me about the that was one of the many things that bothered me about the Obi-Wan show. It was like everybody keeps getting stabbed by lightsabers and sort of like, I'm fine now. It's like, dude, I just saw you get stabbed through the chest with a lightsaber. Like, nah, brah, you're fucking dead.
They can apparently like break doors or walls or whatever, and then these people are just gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And not to mention, whenever they pull out the lightsaber, it's always a clean pull out. It's not like
Yeah. No. Here's the thing.
Oh, like samurai slice.
Yeah, just slice through the guy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like always like this perfect little circle in and then out. And I'm like, dude, if I had that, I'd be like, that's why it was cool to see Mando have the lightsaber for like that brief fight where he's just like, the Jesus Christ, right? Like, it's just like flailing it around.
Say two things?
Yeah.
The first two things that turned me off from Ahsoka. It was and sorry, spoilers, Bert. It was the beginning fight with Ahsoka and the robots.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
So Ahsoka was beating up the robots. That's cool. They then decided to self-destruct. I think there's 3 or 4 of them.
Are they like dark troopers? Or are they just droids?
I think they're just droids. I don't think they're like super special. But question for you regarding this. Let's just say there's 4 droids. How big of a blast do you think the 4 droids would do if they self-destructed? Like on a scale of 1 to the entire planet.
Think of IG.
Are they in like a room? Like are they in like they're
like
the open?
Outside ruins?
I mean, it depends what they have inside. If they have like thermal detonators inside them, then like,
like they can destroy half the planet.
Oh no, that's ridiculous. Don't be silly.
Okay, cool. that happened. And then while she was running away from it,
God, they're running.
Wait, say that again.
Like I said, so much running and a lot of nothing.
While she was running away from these 4 droids destroying the entire planet, with their self-destructing, she was calling in her robot person to see where he was at.
Hui Yang.
And what was it?
It's Hui Yang, the lightsaber, the guy who shows the young ones how to build lightsabers.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know who that is. Yeah,
yeah.
He was like,
yeah, cool reference. Yeah.
He's like, I'm right on top of you, and then just like, so you're telling me she's running outside, couldn't hear or see the ship that was right on top. Yeah, that was my 2 really disappointing takes.
And the lame force bat, the lame light, like the lightsaber. Like, look, like episode 4 and 5 are dramatic. They're like Mandalorian season 1 and 2 esque. It's like Andor-esque. That's that good in my opinion. Lord Balon, that guy is great. Fucking awesome. The lightsaber battles 10 times better than the new shit. It's almost like, oh man, we're back to like Revenge of the Sith. Fuck. Like, that's how good it was. The first episode or second episode was to be, God, the lightsaber battle. I'm like, okay, it's not terrible. Then she does this stupid yoga move where she's like on her back, one hand out. I'm like the fact that it basically for her to do this move took like 5 seconds. In any other battle, her face would have been chopped off already.
Yeah.
Like, and it was so late. And of course, I'm not trying. Yeah, it's hard to talk about without spoilers. It was just.
And I might have been exaggerating with the explosion. I might have been exaggerating with the explosion, but I don't think I'm that much exaggerating because it was literally like the ground and just this huge. It was bigger than a wall. It was just.
But why not just? Why not just?
I'm so sick of,
or just why not just? Why would there be a fight ahead of time? Why wouldn't you just be like, oh, these droids are here?
I'm so sick of shows just like trying to make all of like these big explosions and CGIs.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, we don't need that. Just have a cool fight and then call it a day.
Yep.
You know, the thing though that why the episode 4 and 5 were a lot better is because Ahsoka, like Rosario Dawson as her actress or her personality or whatever, like a mentally strong character person, sure. But the fact that Ahsoka didn't have any vulnerabilities, that was annoying. Like, be vulnerable. And then, so when episode 4 comes and then she's like vulnerable, that's when it gets better. Like, okay, she's not this super fucking Jedi. Well, she's not a Jedi at all, actually. You know, like that was one thing. Oh, she's got a Padawan. How's she gonna have a Padawan? She's not a fucking Jedi master. She's not a Jedi. She can't have a Padawan. You're just training.
Yeah, you're just training someone. Yeah,
you're just training somebody that doesn't have any force powers. Whatever. Like there were some parts that were okay from the first 3 episodes. Some really not. And might I add, Disney, if you hear this, fix your fucking app, because I tried to watch episode 4 and 5 for like 2 weeks and it didn't work. I actually finally just got so fed up I just streamed it from my phone to my TV through my Chromecast just to watch it. Like, it was so dumb, by the way. But man, episode 4, man, it was good. Like the lightsaber battle, I thought it was great. The Dragomir Witch. That's the thing. In Mandalorian, when Mando first meets Ahsoka and he's going against the lady, there was no reference to this. She's a Dragomir Witch. She's actually but then in this, she's like, I'm a fucking witch. And I was like, and that I already liked her character from the beginning. She didn't just come out and say it, but I liked her character though. From there, I'm like, she's a strong female character. She's kind of badass and she has no problems killing people. Like, let's go. And then it makes more sense because she's a witch. She's like, hey, I have these abilities. I can do these things. A lot of people are calling episode 5 like a masterpiece. I'm going to be almost right there with them, as it's going to be one of those top episodes, kind of like The Last of Us with the 2 gay guys. You know, that episode was really good. It's not like necessarily emotional, but the episode was really well made. But the thing is, it's like they gave us like this little hint of like live action Clone Wars. Oh,
got it.
I see what you're saying. Oh man, that was dope. I'm like, there's fucking Rex. holy shit, you hear Tamora Morrison.
Yeah.
Let's go. Like, it's not him in the suit. He's not that thin anymore.
Yeah.
Like, but it was cool. You see like young Ahsoka, like it was very good, but Hayden Christensen owned that part. He really did very good job. Like it was so well made. Biggest, I can say the biggest spoiler if you guys want or no.
That's fine.
Ahsoka has her Gandalf moment. That's basically what it is. She has a Gandalf moment because that's what happens in Rebels. And yeah, it was. But now here's the thing. I personally don't believe she's a Jedi still after her encounter with Anakin.
Yeah, she renounced. She's Force sensitive, or she is a Force user. Yeah. That's the thing. Is like, there's. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
I don't want to keep going.
No. Like she's just because in the episode he's like, I'm here to finish your training. I'm like, okay, like I don't know what, but it's also there's more depth to it than like, hey, finish your training. No, you need to fucking realize you're gonna go left or you're gonna go right. There is no you can't go straight or backwards. Or I mean, you're going up or down. There is no left or right. We're stuck right here. So she had to make a conscious choice. But they even Tawny referenced to it, which was nice. It's like there's some Moon Knight-esque that they took some Moon Knight thing from there, which I thought was good. But it's just the episode itself was more bad. I was just so more focused on Anakin because hey, it was fucking Vader. Let's go.
Sure.
Like, yeah. Episode 5 was very good. If you watch any episode, you can almost just watch episode 4 and 5, just like The Mandalorian. Hey, just watch episode 5 and 6 and you'll be fine.
You mean the Book of Boba Fett?
The Book of Boba Fett, yeah.
Okay. Can I share my screen for 1 second?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is it. And then, so this is like, I'm gonna make some really weird references here. So like in the Star Wars card game, they had ability, and this represented like your connection to the Force, right?
So long.
So like this guy, everybody who's organic is at least an ability 1, right? Because you have some the Force flows through everything, right? But then it's just like, oh, and now I argue with this, but it's like, oh, Boba Fett's like only ability 2 because he doesn't have the Force, but he has armor, so that's why it's harder to like kill him, right?
Yeah, that's.
But then it's like, cool. It's just here's just a regular pilot guy, right? But like Han Solo, he's attuned. He's got some level of the Force. The Force flows around him, but he's not like a Jedi. He's not crazy. He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Just he is Force connected. So like early Luke, like episode 4 Luke, he's Force sensitive, which is more than Han Solo. He's got the Force surrounding him, but it's like raw and untrained, right? But then you'll get to the point where, and so that's the same level as like Thrawn. But like Luke, I should grab the wrong card. It's like, cool. There's an ability. I know, right? So it makes sense that yes, somebody who is maybe like Force attuned, right? Where like a Han Solo could be, you could like harness that and keep training that. Like I imagine like, okay, well if Luke trained Han Solo, right? Or Obi-Wan trained Han Solo, like I guess you could become stronger in the Force. It's just like I look at that, the first guy who had 1, it's like, could you really, how far can you actually get that ability 1 guy to like, it's going to just take
off. And that's the thing. They're using Sabine, who's like, she's a Mandalorian she's one of the Mandalorians that does, like Bo-Katan, takes off her helmet, does whatever.
So maybe she was like, if she was like a level, like if she was ability 3 during the Rebel show, which is somebody who's like, a strong connection to the Force, but I don't really know. Yeah, I guess I can.
But there was literally a part in episode 5 where she just tries to do something, and then the dark Padawan, she's better. She's like, you don't have any powers. Like, yeah, dude, fucking thank you. Somebody said it. And then like, how is she standing toes though with like this woman with a lightsaber, but also Finn was able to get a hit on Kylo Ren, essentially, just kind of just wildly swinging it around.
Yeah,
but it was like, you don't have any powers. Fuck you, essentially.
Yeah, because Star Wars.
Like, or it's like somebody trying really hard to like do something, like, oh fuck, it fizzled out.
Yeah. All right.
But if you just get just muscle through the first 2-3 episodes, and 4 and 5 are dramatically better.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm definitely gonna watch them.
Yeah.
One
I
day.
don't know.
Eventually.
Maybe.
Eventually.
But yes, I think I need to go eat some food, and Dalton needs to go to sleep. So
yeah,
I need to go to sleep.
I need food.
Yeah. All right.
Been up since 1.
JARdon the mess.
JARdon the mess, everybody.
Oh, okay, bye.
Bye.